Aspire to be great. You hear that? You hear that? Aspire Philadelphia. Son, somebody gotta take a stand. Understand that's the plan. Dig deep and you'll find it within. Just believe and aspire to win. Hey yo, somebody gotta take a stand. Understand that's the plan. The choices we make for the rest of our life. Your soul like an eagle, indeed you can fly. Hey yo, somebody gotta take a stand. Take a stand. Somebody gotta take a stand. Take a stand. Somebody gotta say it's so. 1 yard to the goal. I've been high, I've been low. I lay back to the ropes, but I'm fighting like Frazier to show what I made of. The city's on fire, tell the radio play. Yes, the kids are the future. Teach them to rise, Mr. Officer, please. I don't need no more time. And these are the times, huddle up and please listen up. Let's leave them something more. They coming after us. Peace to the veterans, the ones just like us. Schoolie D, Lady B, inspirations to us. Play some Vivian Green. And I chase the cream. I just wanna be fly when I step on the scene. Somebody gotta take a stand. Understand that's the plan. Dig deep and you'll find it within. Just believe and aspire to win. Hey yo, somebody gotta take a stand. Understand that's the plan. Understand that's the plan. The choices we make for the rest of our life. Your soul like an eagle, indeed you can fly. Hey yo, somebody gotta take a stand. Take a stand. Somebody gotta take a stand. Take a stand, take a stand, take a stand. Yeah. Somebody gotta lead the way. Run the play. This is game. Innovate, motivate. We need better days. Tired of stressing, bill collecting. Homies stay correction. Mama praying to the Lord, hoping Daddy blesses. Dig deep, tears of sweat. Just apply the effort. Wish they had a 10 for the flow, but I don't sweat it. We need the leverage. This is Philly, give us the credit. So Sean Smith was savage. I'll be repping to the casket. There you have it. If you can cipher through the madness, school of hard knocks. I done aced all my classes. Some make moves, some moving in place. I'ma hit the field running, give it all that it takes. Somebody gotta take a stand. Understand that's the plan. Dig deep and you'll find it within. Just believe and aspire to win. Hey yo, somebody gotta take a stand. Understand that's the plan. The choices we make for the rest of our life. Your soul like an eagle, indeed you can fly. Hey yo, somebody gotta take a stand.
They just killed my homie, I can't sleep, I thought it was a dream. All these nightmares in this city, your best bet is following your dream. I get confused cause they say we come from slaves, I be feeling like a king. I ain't running away from nothing, I'm just chasing my dream, I'm just chasing my It's hard to live right, they did me dead wrong. Nightmares, I gotta be headstrong. Took a look back and all my friends gone. Still got my kids, I hope I live long. Gotta find a way quick. Wasn't on my job, I tried to play sick. All this running the streets, I gotta stay fit. Life is a movie, we ain't reading from the same script. Nobody gon' hold me back, but I mean it this time. Fresh thought, I think I need to rewind. And I promise not to leave my own people behind. We all leaving in a box, but it keep us in line. This ain't about the lifestyle of the rich and famous. It's about my lifestyle, cause it's getting dangerous. It ain't funny no more, they killing entertainers. How I'm supposed to stay the same, going through these different changes. What goes around comes around, it's true. You don't change, the people around you do. They say it's love, but that hardly exists. I'm in the grind, you know how many parties I miss trying to follow these dreams? They just killed my homie, I can't sleep, I thought it was a dream. All these nightmares in this city, your best bet is following your dream. I get confused cause they say we come from slaves, I be feeling like a king. I ain't running away from nothing, I'm just chasing my dream, I'm just chasing my
Yo, what's up, y'all? Y'all already know what it is. It's the Social Music Movement Podcast. Yeah, I mean, you already know, brought to you by Glockerware, sponsored always by City of Dreams Coalition. Shout out to City of Dreams. Shout out to Sister Taleah. You already know who it is. It's your boy Jordan Ramsey. You already know who it is.
Shout out Toucan.
Yes, sir. Shout out Toucan always. You know what I'm saying? We got a special, I can't even say special guest. I got to say special organization in the building today.
Community partners.
So, yeah, special community partners in the building today.
Special announcement.
And listen, like we always do, nobody's exception to the rule. We let everybody introduce themselves. That way, if they want to put a little sauce on it, they want to put that little community sauce on it, they can put their community sauce on it. So, I mean, it's a couple of y'all, so y'all all get an opportunity. You know what I mean, introduce yourself and let everybody know who y'all are and who y'all represent.
Yeah, Eli, you want to start?
What's up, y'all? My name is Eli Muraru. I'm the co-founder and president of the Community Grocer. Quick shout out from DC. Love my city, but I've been in Philly for 5 years now, and this is home for me. So,
welcome, DC.
and shout out to Sister Taleah. Thank you for having us here, really.
Sure. Your team now.
Yeah, you want to go?
I'm Nicole, representing City of Dreams Coalition, but I'm also the founder of N7 Cares Incorporation, helping with community outreach for youth and undevelopment urban areas.
Okay.
Sweet. Yeah, and my name is Alex Ambo, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of this awesome thing that we're calling the Community Grocer.
Definitely
And real
awesome.
quick, what we're out here trying to do is an all hands on deck effort to reinvent the corner store here in town. And we're trying to, create a place for the most convenient and delicious and affordable meal options that, we all want and are looking for but can't seem to find. And people are telling us that things are impossible and they're wrong. And we're here to, challenge what it means to have good, healthy, delicious food for everyone. So
Yes.
Okay.
we're about to have a conversation.
Welcome.
Listen, I'm about to say, I love food. Listen,
I'm
we
excited.
gotta dive into the food. We gotta dive into
You know,
it.
a lot of us, and if you guys don't know, I am Sister Taleah, president of the City of Dreams Coalition, also chair of the social music movement, where we go block by block with Beanie Siegel, my co-chair, knocking on doors, and you know what I mean, and it's hood politics at its best. So, like I was about to say, and it's a shame how, and this is everywhere, in the U.S., where even if you want to eat healthy, you can't because it's sky high.
Yeah, you can't afford it.
It's sky high. Anything organic or vegetarian is sky high.
Or good for
So it
you.
makes it, it makes it impossible for us on low budgets and low incomes to eat. That's why you see the obesity. That's why you see the diabetes, cholesterol, heart attacks, and the failing health at such young ages. So what are you guys doing to
Change
Change
that
it.
and bring
Yeah,
change to our community.
So we've been working on this project for about 4 years now. And it's really an all hands on deck, as I said, learning with everybody about your experiences and your ritual and your relationships with food and ingredients and the kitchen and time and the store and cooking and transport and what it means to have food in our lives, right? And what it means to have a family meal and sit down together. Whether that's us as a family in this room or whether that's, whoever it
we are
is,
family.
right? And to like take a step back and be like, what is it that we're eating? How do we make our choices? What are the choices that we're presented? Where is the store? What's for sale? What can I afford? And to, cut out the nonsense and the ridiculousness that, healthy eating is something that has to be expensive, because that's just not the truth. Especially in a country where, we're throwing away over a third of all the food in this country is getting thrown away, and you're telling me that we can't have fresh ingredients?
Right.
Like, get out of here with
But
that.
at least with our new partnership, our special announcement, y'all.
Yeah.
Yes, with our new partnership with the Community Grocer, you already know City Dreams gonna be hitting them blocks, bringing them baby mamas, bring your food stamps, because it all goes, and you get a fresh meal, community organization, community resources up top, cooking classes with Chef Z, and so much more. And it's great dynamic, a group of people. We are so proud to officially partner with you guys. So salute.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
What a
Where will you
special
be
day.
located? Let's get that out there.
Yeah, quick
Where is
little-
it going to be?
Yeah, thank you for asking. So we just bought our first location out in West Philadelphia on 60th and Walden, 627 South 60th Street 1 month ago. And now we got, thank you. And we are now working every day, every single day, every
single day.
week to get this
You're
store
gonna have
open.
16 to 22-hour days for the next 3 years,
Yes.
Beth.
Yes,
At
we are.
minimum,
Yes,
yeah.
at minimum. And that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
You have to get in and just give it all you got, not start, stop. Give it all you got and don't stop until you succeed. Period. And that's on life. Anything that you
What
do.
is the process? What is your vision for the store and the mills? I heard you say like fresh food, fresh groceries. What is your what give us a little bit of
A little bit of the
bit
sauce.
Yeah, give us a little bit of the sauce.
Of the sauce, right?
Pun
Sauce,
intended,
guys.
right?
Yeah, come on. Tell
Yeah.
us.
So the real thing about the Community Grocer is, we're calling it TCG,
Yeah.
right? And we want it to be that store for everyone. And what that means is that whether you got EBT or not, we want to make sure that
Come
people
through.
have access to, cooked and prepared and delicious foods, and we want to get you as close as possible to a prepared and a hot meal because we know there isn't enough of that. And I'm tired of the microwave being the only way to get hot meal, right? Especially like we need more kitchens around, and so that's what TCG is going to be. TCG is a front of house. It's a nonprofit market that sells your staple items, your fruits, your vegetables, but really an all-day menu starting from smoothies and breakfast sandwiches.
Oh, that's awesome.
To chicken and rice bowls.
Smoothies.
Oh yeah.
Once you said chicken and rice bowls, you had me sold.
And the way that all of this is EBT eligible in the front of the store.
Yeah,
the
that's
whole
amazing.
store is EBT eligible.
That's amazing.
EBT eligible.
And the back half is a separate nonprofit kitchen where you got to walk outside and walk in a new door, and you get to trade it for one that's hot and ready.
Wow.
And so for the first time ever, we'll be pushing, in the most responsible and all hands on deck community way, right, that we can get ourselves access to fresh ingredients and to a homie who's ready to cook it.
Oh, I'm excited.
So for the first time ever, you can walk away with a fresh, delicious meal, all EBT eligible.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just want to talk briefly because that's the first floor. But what we're building out is 2 stories, 2 floors, and we're called a community grocer for a reason. Everything is by and for the community. So on that second floor, we're putting education, computer labs, nutrition education, cooking classes, youth classes, a place for the community to be. So all those nonprofits like Sister Taleah, who's doing the work already every day.
So you mean some of her kids,
some of her
City
kids.
Coalition can say, oh, I'm at, what's the location again?
627 South 60th Street, 60th and Walton.
60th
They
and,
could
yeah,
be in that area, stop by and get them a hot meal.
Well, it's official with
for
a partnership.
next to
we're going to take it to a whole nother level.
Right.
City of Dreams, we're going to take it to a whole nother level. And, I had explained to them, and I still have to take it back because I'm proud of where I came from. When I was hungry in the streets. I know what it feels like. These that long ago, that was a little while ago, but I know what it is to fall to my knees hungry being a little girl in these streets. So imagine with these kids at such an alarming 100 times faster rate that these kids are out here suffering 100 times more than what I was and the amount. So I can only imagine. That's why partnering up with you guys on every level it's so important to me. It's so important to me to know that I could have thrived if I had some food.
Right.
If everything wasn't taken from me. It's a difference. These young men don't have to, wouldn't be out here in these corners. Safe, clean meal. Our meal. I wouldn't care. I just want a meal. I wouldn't care. Give me 3 chicken wings. That's what I was used to.
Right.
For 130 packs. Give my little 3 chicken wings, white T-shirt, and I used to survive.
Right.
Do you understand me? It's a difference. And but the way the kids are shooting each other and killing each other. At least I used to hustle for it. You know what I mean? But it's just a whole different out here where our families are broken. And this is a first step where as a community grocer, like he said, where we can all come together. We can all have different resources, co-op share, go in and learn how to cook for our kids. Most of these kids, and most of the mine's my program from one mother to another, most of them can't even cook oodles and noodles.
Listen. My brother
And they
made
call
mine
me
just
about
fried chicken
everything.
yesterday. It was half done.
Oh, child.
Not
But
the
they
pink
try
chicken.
though. Most of these moms out here don't even try. So this is like bypassing.
Not
She
the
called me
pink
after, was like, I need you to help
chicken.
me cook chicken.
That's a
But
violation.
it's like we're bypassing them, bypassing the parents and the caregivers that aren't really caring for
the
them.
children.
Right.
Yeah.
Bypass them and give them other opportunities. And so it's so many different levels of our partnership that we're really gonna kick
Through
ass.
this
That's all I gotta
partnership,
say.
You guys will be the food caregivers.
That's exactly right.
Ultimately.
And we're hitting the streets with it to make sure they come get the food.
Right. I think a big part of it as well is the nutritionalist side of it.
Yeah.
I think even in like what she was speaking about, like even parents, there's a lot of parents, and I know from personal experience, there's times I open up the refrigerator and I don't know what I'm about to put together. I don't know, they gotta eat.
Let alone if
Kids
you
gotta
help.
eat 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day because they're
keep
growing
them
bodies.
metabolism,
You know what I mean? You gotta make sure they're right. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's a very important thing, the nutritionalist side of it, because it's one thing to give. It's another thing to teach. You know what I mean? So you're able to give, but you're also able to teach. You're also able to implement, like, this is why I'm doing this. This is how we're doing this. You know what I mean? This is the reason. This is the area of which you guys can grow. You know what I mean? Because everybody knows about a McDonald's. Everybody knows about a Chick-fil-A. You know what I mean? But it's so many people out here because we
we
talked about this a couple weeks ago though, because we spoke about even if somebody isn't in entertainment or you know what I mean, a lot of times these bigger organizations, they'll cater towards sports and entertainment. But you know what I mean, even someone like me, I'm a foodie. Like I'm a huge foodie. I love to cook. I'm very good at it and I care about it. So it's like there are so many kids out here that wouldn't even know that culinary might be an opportunity for them, even if it's just something, they do in the home. You might got 3 or 4 brothers and sisters, and you might not be a famous chef or anything like that, but it might be like almost it might be almost like therapy, just cooking. Like you know what I mean? You might love dicing up, you know what I mean? You might be stressing or something like that, and then you're cooking. You know what I mean? People stress eat, but you could stress cook something healthy though. You know what I mean? You could make yourself a vegetable burrito or something like that.
For me and my family, like you do this, you do this, you do this,
Right.
you do that. And that's kind of how we end up
Especially
spending
big
time
meals.
together unknowingly.
Especially big meals. I done made pizza from scratch with the boys. My kids around. Like my kids I'll be around. So we done made scratch pizza before where we just clear out the whole entire living room floor, lay out some stuff, and this is how we make pizza. I'm gonna show you and everybody else follow. And even him, he's 2, he'll be 3. He made a little pizza, little tiny pizza and stuff like that. But those things are things that we need, and because you could before the internet, before a lot of those things, before all the before electronics in general, that's really all you had. You might have had sports, but then you might have had cooking at home. Like even a lot of people think about mom's or grandmom's famous soup or Aunt Tina's potato salad. It's like you might just go over your aunt's house just to eat sometimes. You know what I mean? Nowadays it's just like you know what I mean? It's a lot different. You'll Grubhub it or whatever. Like, call your aunt, can you Grubhub me this? And you don't even go over there. So it's like adding, I just say all that to say, I'm long-winded, but I just say all that to say the nutritional side of it, having people come to that as a hub and as a safe, it's really a safe haven. You know what I mean? And you can have a safe haven in any type of way. You know what I mean? But it's just a place where people gather in a common goal, though. You know what I mean? That's a good safe haven for people. So I really commend you guys for doing that. I'm going to definitely have to pull up. I'm going to be there for the literature first, you know what I mean? Because it's so much, even different types of food. Like, I didn't even know what fennel tasted like. As much as I know about food, I didn't know what fennel tastes like, and I got it in the cabinet. I put it in some food, and I'm like, oh, my God, no. Fennel does not go with everything. Fennel, it's like a little tiny seed. It's like a little tiny seed.
Yeah, it's a grain.
But it tastes almost like licorice. If you chew it up, it has a licoricey type of taste to it.
Depending on how you cook it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's where the education comes in.
And that's really. I mean, that's what we're trying to do. We're bringing everyone back to the table, to the ritual of food, and bring community back around an experience that everyone has. You know, and like you said, this food comes from the earth and the soil, from soil to supper. That you're coming and we're easy. It's convenient, everything EBT accessible, but it's also an education and learning journey. If you want, you take your meal kit, get it cooked for you in the back of the kitchen with our separate nonprofit, or if you want, take it home because everything on our meal kit is a recipe. You can take it home, cook it yourself. We're not hiding the secrets. We're sharing everything we're doing. We're sharing it with the community and by the community, and that gives me a quick little transition here. So this summer, because we got construction, we got a long way to go. We're really trying to reach out to everyone in Philadelphia. So we're putting together what we're calling the community cookbook.
Nice.
We're interviewing everyone across Philly, getting your recipes, your family stories, and compiling it into one book.
Make sure you get his pizza.
So you're plagiarizing.
I'm trying to get
so you're plagiarizing.
Yes,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You and the kids. No, we heard you. Make sure you guys incorporate him and the kids' pizza recipe.
Listen, no, but that's a
thing.
It's an idea. Look,
That's
there it
an
is.
idea.
That's a thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You could the way the internet is, you weaponize it for positivity. You know what I mean? You have to find a way to stop allowing things to take over you and find a way to take those things and you just like there used to be wild dogs everywhere. Before dogs were domesticated, they were wild dogs, right? They were dangerous. They could eat you, bite you, pack up on you. You're walking by yourself, you're in trouble. We grew to a point that we got little cute nosed dogs and stuff like that. You're walking around putting service dogs. I just say that to say because it's the same thing with the internet and the same way you can cloud a child's mind and cloud them up with a bunch of negativity and a bunch of filler, so to speak. You know what I mean? You can do the same thing even with the cooking. Like you just said, the Philadelphia, you know what I mean? You just said the community cookbook. Even if you just did something one one recipe a day, you know what I mean, and just and incorporate it, even the community with it. Bring somebody in the community. You know how they cook on it. You know how they cook on good day. There'd be somebody that don't even know how to cook on good day, burning the food and stuff with somebody that really knows how to cook though. But it's just something it's community engagement that makes everyone involved. And once again, it brings that word safe haven. You know what I mean? The one thing that Philadelphia needs is a safe haven. You should feel there has to be more than one area, more than one facet, I guess, like area, like even if it's not online, you know what I mean, even if it's not in person, there should always be areas where different people can come together and feel safe, because then that's when you stop feeling alone. You stop feeling like people don't understand your plight. You stop feeling like, hey, I'm talking to a bunch of my friends and my friends have never been through this. You know what I mean? You might be the only person with kids that's in your friend
I
friend
got excited
circle.
about you guys program. I wanted to save this for this platform. I got excited about you guys program because in that area where you're going to be, there's a lot of transitioning of gentrification and stuff like that. And I feel like that would maybe bridge the gap to the cultural differences that'll go on and bring people together to have safe conversations that
normally wouldn't have been in the same room together.
To have because of nothing, because there's not a reason why we don't have conversations with each other. It's just the blockage of the communities. This community, people live in this community and live in this community, and it's segregation in the north.
Absolutely.
In 2023, there's segregation all over the northern states,
and it's night and day. Right? For sure, there's no doubt about it across the city.
And it's no reason why they don't have the conversation other than there's not a safe place.
And
and
it's like whether it's a degree of comfort, of safety, of just like where you are in your routine and where the food is and the access,
and
right?
Food, it brings everybody together.
And because like
food brings everybody.
Food brings right, and so like there's so many things holding us back from that though, and whether it's the store is too far, like, and you could be on TikTok and you could see a cooking video, but like for you to actually do a recipe at home, you have to buy the whole container off the shelf, and like I don't need to spend $7 when I only need a teaspoon of it.
Right.
You know, and it's just like there's so much of this like.
But you offer us
so much
opportunity.
Waste and inefficiency in the way the business is controlling food, right? And so if we can step away from that and look back from from our farmers and our distributors, and our neighbors, and like what are the products we want and we need in the quantities we need them, right? Then we can make it so that cooking at home is easy again. And what my favorite part about cooking is like it's making something, and it's like I know that.
I did that.
Right? And like there aren't so many opportunities for our kids or our young adults or even like really anyone anymore to be like, I did that. I made something. And like that we, have taken such a step back from food, right? We've kind of like let it go to the factories and the processed food.
The hustle and bustle of life. It's the hustle and bustle of life.
The hustle and bustle of life.
You wake up at 6 in the morning to start your day, as a lot of people do. You know what I mean? Very few people don't, unless you have a different work schedule. But a lot of people wake up 6 in the morning, start their day. You're working by 8 or 9, 10 at the latest, and you're gone all day. By the time you get home, you're not able to do the things. You know what I mean? You're catching up. So then you're eating now just because your body is telling you to, not because it's like
I needed this
not
your
because
blood
you're like
pressure's already up, mind you.
Right, and you're not able
because you haven't eaten anything.
You're not able to piece food together the way it was before, where it's kind of like I made this from home, I brung this from home, and it's very rare. A lot of times you have to make a conscious note in your mind to meal prep. That's such a big thing nowadays that 30 years ago wasn't even a big word. Meal prep wasn't a big word 30 years ago. Yeah, like that's you gotta keep saying that part. You gotta edit that, Joe. You gotta edit. Yo, listen, everything's off edit. You gotta remember
everything.
We can do this off edit.
Platinum plus, gold, green, yellow, blue card.
That's exactly what I've been talking about it too, right? It's just like to create a space where no matter where you come from, like how you want to pay, like this is a place where it's delicious food that feels good, that's clean, that you want to be a part of, right? And Eli was talking about this. We're at the point where we got the property, which we've been looking for like 3 years now.
Well, congratulations on that. Because I know how hard it is in Philly.
It's hard.
They'd be like, no.
Between zoning and landlords.
Yeah, the zoning is where they beat you up. The zoning is where they beat you up in Philly.
There's a shocking number of corner stores who are operating under single family residential.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And to go through the zoning board, like half of the places we were looking, we couldn't even like begin the conversation.
Do anything you wanted to really do.
You gotta pay rent for a year while you're at the zoning board. Like that can't be doing that.
I need to bust my own situation.
Absolutely not. But
so can you give me can you guys both give me, each of you, one, not at the same time, you have your own answers. I want you guys both to give me one example, because we do talk about where people are, but like I love talking about where people came from.
Yeah.
So because that gives a lot of insight to anyone watching that isn't there yet. A lot of people I call them excuses to me because everybody has an opportunity to do good. They make the excuse that, well, they're already here and I'm down here. I'm not here. So sometimes it's really important to hear that story when that person wasn't where they are now. So for both of you guys, give me one time where it just really seemed very difficult or it seemed like it wasn't really working, and tell me how you guys kind of sort of worked through the issue.
I go for it. I thought you were gonna ask a question more about like where I come from as like a human in my past.
I will that too. I will. Where did you come from as a human?
Oh, that was gonna be an easier response.
We don't mean your mom or your dad.
Yeah, I gotta ask the hard questions. Because that's the part that ends up that's the part that falls short when you hear a story from someone from a struggle into success.
Yeah.
You always hear the struggle and you always hear the success, but you very rarely hear the trials and tribulations that people go to. Even not almost give. Yes, but no.
Yeah, that one day you stayed in bed. What happened?
Oh,
like just a hardship or a super hard hurdle that you know what I mean was just like a real challenge, and like kind of sort of how did you personally work through it?
Yeah, I can get it started here. So we've been like Alex said, we've been working on this for 4 years. You know, food is love. Our work began out of community work, and there's a health emergency.
Okay.
This is an emergency, and
I
we
agree.
know we need to open up the community grocer as soon as possible, provide nutrition, food, and love back to our communities.
Yes.
And we wanted to be open 2 years ago. So we've been talking with properties for months and months. And anyways, we had a property ready to be signed, ready to go about 1.5 years ago.
Don't cry.
And
He knows the story. He looked at me like, damn, I should have said that.
and the day before signing, I got a phone call from we sent over a construction crew to go look at the building the day before we were going to sign, inspectors. And I got a call at 8 in the morning saying, hey, I'm here at the building. It's Christmas Day. The whole thing's underwater. Pipe burst from the freeze in Philly. Pipe burst 1.5 years ago. Whole thing flooded.
Wow.
And that was 6 months of negotiation, a year of searching for properties. And I didn't want to get up that next day, you know? Because all that work, building's gone. Just like that. One night, one flood, all over. But you know what? Our work is for the people we know. Charles and Tammy Reeves, who run Resident Action Committee 2 out in South Philly.
Okay.
That's really where our work began. And their families, who's now our family, and our new families here.
Right.
Food is important, and we need to be open for our community. The resources, the education, the resources we're trying to bring in, and that nutrition at TCG is so important. So I'm going to admit, I spent the next day in bed.
You gotta rebound. You gotta rebound.
Gotta revamp, but the next day.
You lost game 4. Game 4 was bad. Game 4 is like
was
4.
bad.
It was like how the Sixers was. It was like, whoa, we winning. We are losing now.
But it wasn't game 7.
It wasn't
game 7.
Correct.
Let's not talk about the Sixers. But
DC, but he loves Philly.
Right, yeah,
But
look at him.
we got up the next day, and it was back on the street, finding new properties, and now we're here, 60th Walden, 627 South 60th, West
you're
Philly.
signed. This is your
We
location.
own the building.
Yeah.
Let's give it up for that. Let's definitely give it up for that. That's heavy.
Oh,
That's super
congratulations.
And
heavy.
you know what? It was a blessing because our new property, this
It's
new
way
building,
better.
is going to be everything for
Yeah,
us.
no, it's hard to own a house. It's hard to lease an apartment nowadays. Seriously, it's hard to rent or lease anything nowadays. So to actually own something, especially with it being something for the community, it's a heavy thing because it's something that, like you guys said, for the community, it's something that they can over time start to call theirs.
Yep.
And you know what I mean? It's just like
this is gonna be a easy run. This is gonna be a jog that I've done, the marathon that I've done several times because you feel like you're giving, you know?
And
sometimes it's like
no, it's all about giving, all about love.
This is a new marathon. This is a new run. There's a new hurdle. There's a new,
yeah,
issue in the way, but you just gotta keep going.
And we are a nonprofit, you know, so everything we do, it's not about profits.
Yeah.
It's our excess revenue is going back to the nonprofits, the organizations that are already doing the work, the youth basketball leagues, the anti-violence work. Because we're a nonprofit, we get to completely change the systems that we're used to in our food system and uproot that and provide people with love, with food, with nutrition and everything. And that, you know, that's why we're working every day. And so even though that flood happened, I'm glad for it because we wouldn't be here without it.
they trying to turn TCG into a landmark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was
You don't
your
want it to be a building.
what
You
was
want
your
it to be
stuck in
kind
a
of sort
bad
of
day?
a landmark.
My stuck in a bad day. I don't know. There's been like, I mean, every day is an adventure.
Mhm.
Like that's
For
for sure.
sure.
There are ups
Nonprofit.
and downs. There are
Yeah.
emails that come in like and it's people telling you things are impossible. It's people telling you that, this is a process that you have to stick by, even if it's an absurd process and, it's not meant to help people. Right. And I think that I kind of went into this hoping that some of the systems of bureaucracy and government
might not exist that much.
Or maybe just maybe they might be designed to actually work for the people that they're designed to help.
That's not what it's designed
Of course
for.
not. I said it out loud because that's where we're finding ourselves.
You gotta Indiana Jones it, man. You gotta seriously.
Yes.
That's the one thing I learned with, especially watching Sister Taleah do everything she does. You gotta Indiana Jones that shit.
Yeah.
You gotta really you really gotta from the rock. You know what I mean? You gotta get it, and then you're the rock is chasing you at all time because it's the paperwork's chasing you. You're doing what you're supposed. You're doing what you're supposed to. You're not doing nothing wrong. But it's then you got L&I. L&I wants to come. L&I is going to be up your ass like a handmaid, a puppet master.
The building we inherited has violations because the previous owner didn't pull any permits for her electric, for her plumbing, for her
Seems
HVAC.
legit.
So we're inheriting already L&I, and it's just that was, yeah, man.
Instead of community.
He's oh man, he hates that word.
Instead of the powers that may be stepping in and saying, hey, this is something for the community, by the community.
Let's, of the ways in which,
is this up to code?
Or that the way that so many people cheat the system and, get helped through by people in power to do what's wrong.
Yeah.
When we're trying to do what's right and people look at us in the face and they say, go over there, and it's just so it's really trying to understand and digest.
Yeah, I've been over there. This is my second time.
What are the behaviors and the way you interact and you talk with people to challenge the system, in a way that creates the result that we want to see.
But I think you did it. I think both of y'all are doing it
by the result that you want to see.
Every day.
Right.
And it means a team, and it means that all.
I was about to say it means all of us. Yeah, you gotta I don't want to say it, but you gotta talk into the
microphone. Yeah, I'm
just
adjust
it. That's why I told you.
I'm sitting back.
Yeah, just pull it. You can sit. You see what I do? My back is against the wall. I usually set myself up correctly. But what I was gonna say was a main part of that is resiliency.
Yeah.
I think especially in our city, that paperwork and a lot of things deter a lot of people, and you become deterred from the paperwork or from hearing no or them saying no and then adding a bunch of stuff that you need to do on top of that, which I know you guys are extremely familiar with, but especially in this city, that's kind of the deterrent from a lot of people that they end up falling short because they end up, just like you guys said, someone might not have a year to figure out where they're gonna move this place. They'll give up and then they'll just do it on the street. You know what I mean? And then it ends up not giving the service to what it needs. You know what I mean? So now you're doing a good job. You're doing something from your heart, but you don't even have the resources that you need as a business to run at full capacity and help those people. Sure. So I think it's a really big point. Once again, like I said, that's why I bring that stuff up. It's a really good point for resiliency because hearing no is what you're going to hear. You're going to hear no. You're going to hear not today. You're going to hear yes, and then a week later or Christmas night, it's it might be a no. Yeah. So you know what I mean? You have to be more than anything ready to hear adversity. You have to be ready to face adversity with a smile on your face. You know what I mean?
I also want to step back that when I think coming into this work, right, and really at the ground level with Mr. Reeves and Mrs. Reeves and the Resident Action Committee down in Grays Ferry, and watching grassroots organizations, out of their home, right, put in their whole heart into this work.
We call it putting in that work.
Put in that work. Save the children, right? Whatever it takes. All day, every day, my door is open. You don't have sneakers. You need a place to play basketball. Let me do my whole heart and my best, right? With the smallest amount of money possible, right? And we're talking the tiniest little activity.
Listen, I done seen her get a Rolodex of stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is what we doing. This is what you gotta take care of this month. She like, nigga, this today. We gotta go to all these places today.
And how you can think. I want to always think in a longer term, building the city and the world that we want to live in, and what it takes to build the future, but also about how do we focus on today, right? Because these kids need help now. And that's something balancing. Every second we're not helping, shit's going wrong.
No, really.
So balancing
with children.
Balancing the need for the future with the need to today is is quite difficult. And then to see the infighting, that the way the system is designed to pit organizations against each
each
other for the
other.
same $500 when it's like
Yeah.
we're all working together, and how can we create a
But
model
they need 50
where,
million.
where we can actually say forget it to all the systems that are holding us back and making it seem like they're trying to help, right? And so like for us to come back to the ritual of food, right?
Yeah.
And the way
And
that
unify.
this store can be a retail access in your neighborhood
Yeah.
for fresh, delicious, affordable, convenient, and that the money we make at the end gets to go right back into community programming, right? So it's for those sports leagues and those job fairs and those cleanups and the after-school programs that we know we need, that the government knows we need, but they're not giving us. And they're like making us fight each other
For
the little bit of money.
Yeah.
You know.
Here's, like you said, the
Am I too loud
500
now?
we need.
What?
My
The team is saying.
The team is saying you're amazing.
My team is saying they can't hear me.
They're like, no, bro. They say,
No, but it's just like that's really, just like the ridiculousness of it all, that like people are trying to say they're helping and they're not.
Yeah, I applaud your passion and I applaud your honesty, and because we need it.
But you run into that in all
Everywhere.
aspects of life,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, in community outreach and in community
Some places
engagement,
you shouldn't run into
you run
it.
it. Yeah, that's the place where you shouldn't run into it. But people,
Say it.
people have intentions. Okay, so no matter what it is, you could work at the same place as somebody else, and they have a whole different morale for why they come to work every day than you. You know what I mean? So the best thing I could always tell, once again, to anybody is that you just have to find your tribe. And it doesn't mean
Keep
people
going.
that look like you, people that sound like you, people that like the same music as you, people that wear the same clothes as you, or even work in the same area as you. It's just people that vibrate with the same frequency that you vibrate on. You know what I mean? And those are people that you can run into anywhere. You know what I mean? You could be in traffic. Someone's listening to a song that you love, and you look over and they're singing it the way you were singing the song. You know what I mean? You never know. That could be somebody from your tribe that you start hanging out with and doing different things, and they're into maybe exercising, and you've been wanting to exercise so long, but you just haven't had a person that hits you up 9 o'clock in the morning, like, hey, come on, we're getting up, we're going for a jog.
And they like, hey, I have the time.
And that could be your person. So it's just like the resiliency is the main thing, because the negative is going to be there. And that's the thing, that a lot of people, when they go to help people, they don't think that's going to happen. I want to help the world, and I'm a saint.
I came in that way.
And then it starts, with people
So serious.
side-eyeing you or people pushing you to the side, and you're like, what's going on?
Yeah,
But
why are you hurting
you have to
me?
have that
I'm hurting
armadillo.
the
You have to have that armadillo skin, because that's going to happen regardless. No matter what you're working for in life, there are people with not the same intentions as you.
Yeah.
And I think it's really dope that you guys came together as partners and have the same goal. You know what I mean? You guys have very, very different dynamics. I know that very well. I'm very good with energy, so it don't take me long. It take me about 2 or 3 minutes.
Reeves,
And
I heard you mention their name a few times.
yeah, yo, shout out to the
that
Reeves. Let's give it up
Shout
to
out
the
to the
Reeves. You know what I'm
Reeves.
saying?
That implanted the seed into you two gentlemen, and
Whoa.
we have some behind the scenes. So we're just grateful that seed was planted into you, and y'all pushing forward and keep
For sure.
going.
So I'm gonna go to a break in a second, but before I go to break, I do want to hear from all three of y'all. Where did you guys come from in your upbringing? So I do want to hear a short little bit about who is each of you, and just a tiny bit about where you guys come from and how you're here today.
All right, I'm gonna tell y'all who I is when we get
Ladies
got
first.
back.
Now it's too late now. Ladies first.
After the break.
No. I'm
No,
gonna
right
ask
now.
these questions now, and then we go on the break.
First, like no.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm Nicole. I'm from North Philly, born and raised.
Whoop, whoop.
80s baby, early 80s baby. Just to because I'm not an 89.
She said I'm not an 89er. She said I'm an 82er.
Yeah, I'm an 84.
I didn't know that. Told you the
It's
energy.
the energy. I'm an 82er, and like I know how it feels to be hungry. As like Sister Taleah, I didn't get to hit the streets because fortunately I had parents and grandparents I had grandparents who were able to get me up out of certain situations. But there are many a days when I lived with my mother and we stood at food banks, and I didn't understand like why they would give us free food and we didn't have anywhere to cook it.
Oh my gosh.
So to hear what you guys are doing is
Yeah.
amazing, because we were standing in line at these churches for food, and then I'm like, okay, she's gonna sell this for sure, because we don't even have electric or running water.
Yeah.
So Who, me?
Your mic not on? Oh no, you gotta make sure it's green. Go ahead, yo. Go ahead. You good? You good? You good?
All right, I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you now. We hear you now.
I can hear you a little bit in my headphones. I got the headphones on, so I'm like, yeah. So go ahead, my bad.
But yeah. So hearing what you guys are saying about food and about the education of it is just so promising and heartfelt to me, because I come from that background of uneducated about food, had to self-educate about food, and just
that's a huge
so,
part of it too.
Yeah. And I also get the part where you were saying like, you come in wanting to save the world, and you get all those darts thrown at you, and you're trying to dodge the darts, but you still want to save the world. I feel like you guys are gonna make definitely a strong and wonderful impact on the world. I'm here for the ride.
Thank you. We're glad to have you part of the team, part of the family.
Me
Part
too.
of the
Thanks
team,
for
part of the
welcoming
family.
me in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome
thanks.
to Death Row. It's like,
Yes.
it's like, no.
Don't get my hours.
Welcome
are
to Life Grow.
Yes.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah, my hours are 9 to 5.
All right, go ahead. It's on you now because you went last time, so now you gotta go
Okay.
first.
All right, yeah. So I grew up also in.
Start with your name. Come on, man.
Once
Come
again,
on.
yeah,
man.
my name is Alex Ambo. I grew up in D.C., just around the corner from Eli, actually, but we didn't know that until we
Oh wow.
until we met at college. We also went to the same synagogue growing up.
Oh,
What
nice.
college did you guys attend?
We both went to Penn, which brought us to
okay.
Philly.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, I grew up single mother. My father was French.
You grew up as a single mother?
No, with a single
That's
mother.
fire. I'm about to say, how the hell did you do that? No,
yeah.
you good, bro.
Yeah, I grew up as a single mother.
Human troll, bro. My
Yeah.
bad.
I love it. I
My
love
father
it.
was French. He was a diplomat in the embassy in Washington.
Okay.
But he passed away when I was real young.
Sorry to hear
Oh,
that.
So
sorry to
it's
hear that.
my mother and my brother and I. And she was busy working, my whole childhood, making a living for us.
Trying to get right.
trying to get right. And
Right.
and that
You were saying
drive that I
something
saw
about
in
Hot
her.
Pockets.
Oh yeah, I could have. Yeah. Well, that's really the drive that I saw in her. Like when everything, was on the brink, right? And she turned it on, and she was like, "I'm going to, make
Awesome.
it
Yeah.
for my two sons." And that drive to, whatever is in my way is just an obstacle that I'm gonna get around.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. And I feel that in my heart is who I am.
Oh, that's dope.
And yeah, there were nights for sure. It doesn't really matter where you come from in this country. If you're a kid by yourself, right? What is convenient? What's easy? What's around you?
Hot
And it's gonna be Hot Pockets, and it's gonna be ramen, and it's gonna be mac and
He said
cheese.
it's gonna be
Mac and cheese.
Yeah,
And like
it definitely
those are
is.
the choices,
Yeah.
right?
And tuna.
And tuna for sure. I was not a real tuna boy back then, but I am now.
Me either. I am now.
Now for sure.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
grew up. I grew
wasn't
up
really
on
in
tuna,
mayonnaise.
hated it, and now I'm like definitely like the small packet guy. I'm like, the zip open tuna pack. I'll be like,
I didn't like mayo growing up. I
Uh,
just got to mayo.
I like my tuna with mustard.
I like it with mustard too. But
you gotta have a little
was
mustard
a
in your
mayo.
life, man. I put mustard on anything. I put mustard on my steaks
Me too.
sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
we'll talk about food when we come. When we come
When we
back,
come
we're
back,
gonna talk
yeah.
about recipes.
Ah.
I'm so excited to talk about everybody's favorite recipe. I'm so excited.
So shout out to
Seriously.
Alex's mom.
Yes,
for
Susan. Yes.
shout out Miss Susan for
Yes.
the tenacity and the
Man, shout out Miss
ambition.
Susan.
For
man.
sure. Shout out Susan. She's everything.
Susan gotta be on one of the YouTube streams when y'all making food, just showing,
Yes.
like I used to make this for
Yes.
Alex. back
Spaghetti. She would make spaghetti.
That's my
She would make
kid's favorite.
The
spaghetti.
comfort food for everyone. If
spaghetti.
you have
Spaghetti.
never had a good spaghetti dinner from your parents, you're missing out on life, and they probably didn't love you.
Hey,
Because
hey.
listen,
Hey.
everyone can make a good spaghetti dish.
Not everyone.
It's made. Oh,
Not everyone can make a good spaghetti.
well, there was something else.
Well,
Maybe a shepherd's
Yeah, you're
pie,
right.
maybe a pot pie or something.
But I'm with you. They should be able to make a good spaghetti.
Listen,
But
I'm sorry.
that's really the thing, though. Like the systems in place.
Yeah.
Not everyone cooks spaghetti,
Yeah.
and that's why we're trying to meet people where they are.
Some were
You can bring a
spoiled.
Some were
fresh
butter-
spoiled.
Some were buttered noodles.
Yeah,
I was about to
butter
say, I
noodle.
think I'm spoiled.
butter soup.
Some butter
Yep.
soup.
My mom
yeah.
used to whip it. My mom used to whip it the hell up. So like I used to
That's
get.
dope.
My mom used to make spaghetti and make 3 different type of. She would do 3
That's
different
how my
types of
kids are.
meat.
They're blessed.
So she would do Italian sausage. She would do
Mhm.
ground beef, and then she might do like pepperoni or something
in the
else.
same night?
All in the same.
Yeah,
That's
I
how she
bake
would do the
mine.
meat sauce. The meat. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
She used to set it off,
I turned
and it
up.
was really. It was like a
Mhm.
spicy / sweet type of. And the noodles. See, you can ruin a
Al
dish
dente.
with this. Yo, you don't want the al dente noodles. I don't want spaghetti and spaghetti chips.
Right.
Like
They have to
and
be.
the perfectness.
The
There's like
perfect.
a little. It's like a little bit of texture to it. Not too much. Not swollen noodles filled with nasty water. Ew. But look, we're getting sidetracked.
Yeah, but food,
Bro,
food after
bro,
the break.
you go ahead. Give your name. Give you where you're from, and give us how you got here.
Yeah, my name is Eli Moraru. I'm the co-founder and president of the community grocer TCG. Yeah, like Alex said, we're both from DC. I went to DC public schools the whole way through, and from there came to Penn, 4 years there, and like Alex said, we grew up literally 3 blocks from each other. Knew all the same
Small
people,
world.
but somehow didn't know each other till college. And Alex started doing
Same tribe, man. Same tribe. I told you.
And then Alex started doing community work with Charles and Tammy Reeves after the explosion, and we can talk about this more after the break of the oil refinery.
Oh.
And he brought me in there to do some
Heard about
political
that.
work because I studied political science. I'm from DC, did voter registration, and coming in there and meeting Charles and Tammy Reeves, that was my introduction to Philly.
Your
Really.
calling,
And
like your
real
real calling,
people. 'Cause
yeah.
I love Penn was great, and Penn gave us a lot of money to get this started. We won the Penn President's Prize
Oh,
in 2022.
congratulations.
Fire boys.
But let me tell you, that's not Philadelphia, and that's not the real people.
Right.
And
Right.
so it's Charles and Tammy Reeves who, upon meeting them, let me into their family with Barry and Melissa, everybody,
Awesome.
the whole family.
How cool is it to feel like purpose and then have it turn from purpose to direction?
It's everything.
Because I think that's a good vocabulary
answer.
because it's like you always had purpose, you know what I mean?
I like
Going to
that
Penn is not for just anybody to you don't just trip into Penn.
Yeah.
So that's where the purpose comes from, you know what I mean? And then having that almost like that hand on the
Especially from
shoulder.
DC, you don't just
You know what I
trip
mean?
into
Almost like
Penn.
even a coach telling you you can start for the first time. Like you've been sophomore, you've been doing good at practice. Everybody likes you at practice, and then you get that start. It's like you like got that direction. Like so,
Yeah.
like expound upon a little bit, like just feeling that transition from purpose to direction.
It's people. It's people. It's love. It's, we started doing this work because we started talking to our neighbors down there and saying, what is your relationship with food? What do you want to see in your community?
Mm-hmm.
And it was the people we loved who were telling us what they want. And
Right.
it made us purpose in the direction real quick because we had this idea and we didn't know exactly what it was going to look like at that point. But talking with experts, and our neighbors are experts, everything we're doing is co-created. It is not Alex and Eli. It is the community grocer by the community.
Big ups.
And
Community boys.
and as we did that
Big
and
up.
talked to everyone and got their advice and what they want to see, the change in their community, the change in their relationship with food,
That's important too.
that was purpose.
A lot of people come into it
everything.
knowing
They
everything.
didn't want to keep eating Poppy Store cheesesteaks.
Yeah.
want
But like down in
food.
Grays Ferry, they don't even have like stoves in the back of the corner store.
Yeah, I
it's like
know.
it's just
It's all like regular.
Yeah.
it's
cold-
just chips and soda and like maybe
Yeah.
maybe
Maybe some whole
maybe
meats.
ham and cheese on potato bread.
Okay.
But shoot,
Like-
even teaching somebody, you know what I mean? You might even have that in the community cookbook, like
Yeah.
a nice cheese
In
steak
North
or a
Philly, they're
healthy
making
cheese steak.
rice.
And it's
We
like
have
that
rice at the
kid
Poppy
that
store.
kid that usually goes
For
to the
sure.
Poppy store, he can slide to the house and like,
Yeah.
yo, I was just over at TCG and they was over there making cheesesteaks from scratch.
Yeah.
And he said it was a wheat roll, and I thought it was gonna taste nasty, and it was
And it
good.
was good.
Or
It
even a
was good.
vegetarian,
It was
even different
There are
meat
so many
substitute
kids.
like seitan or something like that. It's
Yeah.
like even a food like that, you like tofu and different stuff like that. You're even breaking, you know what I mean? You can even break into a new world where somebody like me, I call it a carnivore candy. I call meat carnivore candy. That's me. I love meat. So it's like even somebody like me that loves protein so much. Yeah, there it is.
I eat. I'll try
There it is.
I'll try to eat
Yo, once
almost
it
any
showed,
food.
dog. Once it showed, dog, I get paused out. Time me out. All right, bro. Pause. Throw me out, Debo.
He came in
But-
for the pause. He
But
wanted
listen,
it.
no,
He
but cuz it's like, bro, what we doing?
Right.
We ran right over.
Yo,
I mean, you
listen,
love
no,
meat.
but
No,
I
he
was
loves
only saying it because it's like I love protein. So even me being a protein lover, it's even a world of non-meat food and meat substitutes that I'm sure you
That's
guys know a
yeah.
lot about that a lot of people are not aware of. You know what I mean? And that's a big.
There are a lot of kids who are vegan. There are a lot of children who are vegetarians and don't even know it
Sure.
because they don't have those options to explore.
Yeah. I thought my youngest was a vegetarian for a while because he started hating. He was like spitting out meat. He started hating
Yeah.
the meat, and I just kept
And
forcing
maybe
it on
he
him.
is.
He might be. That's what I'm saying. I'm like
He might
forcing the
be.
food on him. It's like,
Right.
no, you love chicken.
I
love
Daddy
chicken.
does.
We're
Right.
blood, okay?
Right.
But
Yeah.
just like even like
the
like you were
education.
saying, the education of
The
it
education.
is
Bridging the gap.
like it's
through
the
education.
gateway. It's the gateway drug
Yeah.
to having options. You know what I mean? Options is a key to life. You know what I mean? And like you guys creating an option for everybody. And,
Options is the key to life.
Options is the key to life.
I hope my kids do not watch this.
I only
You
say
guys
that-
do not have options.
I only say that
You
to
have to do what
because-
mom says.
No.
I'm joking.
There's no mom is the only option, guys.
I'm the only option.
But no, that's what I'm saying. That's not the option. If you don't want to listen to mom, there's going to be someone that tells you what to do that isn't your mom, and you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
So you do always have an option, but
Okay, what
having
he
a
said.
multitude of options, especially in critical like
What
situations,
you put into your body.
you don't have an option sometimes. Like you were saying, when the lights is off and the gas is off, you don't
Yeah.
have the same options. Or even someone working and they're out of work for some reason, they might
Right.
not have a lot of options. You know what I mean? So through life, options is everything, and education brings options. You know what I
It
mean?
does.
And you guys bringing options to people, giving them the opportunity to have healthy, sustainable food at affordable
On
costs.
EPT.
On EPT me, man.
Yes.
So listen, man, we're gonna go to break and then
Yeah.
we're gonna come back. I want to talk about some recipes with you guys, and I want to hear just some ideas that you guys got coming up, and just really get geared up and excited. You already know it's a social music movement podcast, man. It's your boy Jordan Ramsey. We'll be right back in a little bit. And
Right
then-
back.
BT. Oh.
It's him. We on break.
I represent Philly like I'm the Liberty Brothers. For as long as I can remember, I've been cracked. I play my part by being cool, but I don't never run like Zach. Grew my hair long like a yak. Salt on my face and the float on my back, Mr. Flow on the track. I might break it down with my words, but my word is my bond and I won't break a pack. Bare arms like jacks. We ain't out the woods yet. Shacks. If it ain't about racks and discussion of business, we better be talking about plaques. I'm just stating the facts. But never went blame. I'm statement for the flag on the pole. I came up as the tough on that pavement. That's probably how I got. That's probably how I got. That's probably how I got. My girl used to tell me she liked me. I turned that shit into I love you before it was even a cup. Before it was even a cup. Girl used to tell me she liked me. I turned that shit into I love you before it was even a cup. Before it was even a cup.
Stepping like Uzi with the blue hair, humpy, I'm too rare. Put on their ass, then a new pair. Put on their, give me still blocks the movies. Headshot, you looking like Stewie. Man, I'm smoking on Goofy. Man, I'm smoking on. Headshot turns tattoo smooth. Load on his Christians, hoes in the school fees. I was just broke, now I'm dripping the jewelry. Pussy a dub, I just want the chewy. Shorty gotta be an eater. Shorty gotta be an eater. I call that place like I'm mad. Wait, I'm in my bag and I'm snapping. Wait, hey, just like I'm Joey Jad. Wait, hey, do some love waving the captain.
I represent Philly like I'm the Liberty Brothers. For as long as I can remember, I've been cracked. I play my part by being cool, but I don't never run like Zach. Grew my hair long like a yak. Salt on my face and the float on my back, Mr. Flow on the track. I might break it down with my words, but my word is my bond and I won't break a pack. Bare arms like jacks. We ain't out the woods yet. Shacks. If it ain't about racks and discussion of business, we better be talking about plaques. I'm just stating the facts, but never went blame on the statement for the flag on the pole. I came up as the tough on that pavement. That's probably how I got. That's probably how I got. That's probably how I got. Girl used to tell me she liked me. I turned that shit into I love you before it was even a cup. Before it was even a cup. Girl used to tell me she liked me. I turned that shit into I love you before it was even a cup. Before it was even a cup. I see you DM and you got them other niggas looking desperate. Do you love that I'm selective? X for my love, X for my trust, but do no ask no other questions. You might regret. I see you DM and you got them other niggas looking desperate. I love that you selective. X for my love, X for my trust, but do no ask no other questions. You might regret. I can tell by looking at her, she tryna give me the best head. She ain't here yet with the next head. Get that weed up by my satchel, I keep it on me like Red Dead. Get the fucking up a bedspread, tongue silver. Sometimes I wish it was the spoon, pocket full it in the moon while I'm sneaking all in your room. Your nigga dusty as a broom. I'm mumble fresh to you like I just came out the womb. I had you tired all afternoon. She don't be playing with me. Shorty grab my mic and then she sang to me. Be doing poetry, hit me with similes and soliloquies, and did a symphony and do harmonies. Yeah.
wanna fuck with a real nigga like me. Playing games is unlike me. Every time you try, she gon' swear she too icy. Yeah. Coca-Cola is the body, but I know that you know that we belong together, yeah, together, yeah, together, yeah, together, yeah, together. Yeah, I know you know it's a mutual feeling. From the beginning, what's on your mind? Is it sexual healing? Cause I can make you feel it, is it this? So I'm tryna love you, baby. I'm thinking about you, baby. That's how you got me, baby. Whenever you ready, I'm waiting. Patient, waiting. See, I'm not ready, but I'm on go. Now I don't wanna play them games no more. Wanna go down, not back and forth. Wanna go down, not back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. Not back and forth. Not back and forth. Oh, not back and forth. Don't wanna go. So I know that she wants a nigga like me. She got a man, but he's nothing like me. I be mixing bait with Supreme, I'm a hype beast. Every time bae see me, she be hypey. Yeah, I know that she knows a nigga is a wave, so she wanna ride me. Supposed to be one night, but it turned white. She gave me a heart, it was so icy. Cause I told her it would be better if we're together. It's whatever, love with no measures. I can show you better than I can tell you. Unexplainable, can't put it in no letter. I know that you know that we belong together, yeah, together, yeah, together, yeah, together, yeah, together.
From the moment I seen you, I knew we had to talk. I ain't nice to meet you, just had to introduce myself. I don't wanna keep you for long and stop you from what you're doing. Would you mind if I call your phone and we keep this conversation going? So can I get your number? Can I get your number? Tell me, can I call you? Later, can I call you? Can I get your number? We can finish our conversation. So can I get your number? Can I get your number? Can I call you? Later, can I call you? Can I get your number? We can finish our conversation.
Hey, how you doing? Saw you from way over there. I had to come over here. Looking for the right guy, girl, I know you scared. I'm the one you need and there's no need to fear. We ain't know each other, baby, that had to change. Yeah, they call me Spades, I'm from Oakland. So that all her friends call her CC. Man, she live in Philly, but she moved out here out from Brooklyn. I'm surprised you ain't tookin'. Looking how you looking. The wonder you got all my niggas looking. Looking like you clean and you got good cooking. Yeah, you the truth and the proof and the pudding. Could I take you out tonight? I slide through. Do a candlelight, then the no drive through. Said either way it's good for her. How about I catch a movie? Told my amigo she bad but not bougie. I called her perfect. She said she was flawed. Asked for her number and when can I call? Said anytime. Don't be a dog. If I am, baby, put me on a leash, baby. Yeah, I'm from the streets, baby. You been through a lot. Wanna get your piece. Give me your number so we can speak.
From the moment I seen you, I knew we had to talk. I ain't nice to meet you, just had to introduce myself. I don't wanna keep you for long and stop you from what you're doing. Would you mind if I call your phone and we keep this conversation going? So can I get your number? Can I get your number? Tell me, can I call you? Later, can I call you? Can I get your number? We can finish our conversation. So can I get your number? Can I get your number? Hey, can I call you? Later, can I call you? Can I get your number? We can finish our conversation.
I'm so hype, I got her on the phone. Got her all alone. Talking about life, man, I better redying, cause we're talking so long. Talk about her likes, talk about her dislikes. Wanna make it just right, this gonna be a good night. I told her get dressed, tryna impress. Beat her in the hour, she said we ready. Hopped out the shower, let's keep it steady. I came to get her, she a work of art, a painted picture. She a masterpiece, a model when she walk for sure. Wanna call, hang up and call some more. Come on, the man in your life, what I'm trying to be. And I know I had the lucky number lottery. In your eyes, what I gotta see. Pick up that new iPhone, FaceTime me, please.
From the moment I seen you, had the talk. I ain't nice to meet you. Just had to introduce myself. I don't wanna keep you for long and stop you from what you're doing. Would you mind if I call your phone and we keep this conversation going? So can I get your number? Can I get your number? Tell me, can I call you later? Can I call you? Can I get your number? We can finish our conversation. So can I get your number? Can I get your number? Hey, can I call you later? Can I call you? Can I get your number? We can finish our conversation. From the moment I seen you, I knew we had to talk. I ain't nice to meet you. Just had to introduce myself. I don't wanna keep you for long and stop you from what you're doing. Would you mind if I call your phone and we keep this conversation going? So can I get your number? Can I get your number? Tell me, can I call you later? Can I call you? Can I get your number? We can finish our conversation. Can I get your number? Can I get your number? Hey, can I call you later? Can I get your number? We can finish our conversation.
Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Yo, Spade, that girl at the party enough. You need to reach her.
Top of the Benz, bad bitches, they hopping right in. My niggas just swimming. So appealing, money, drugs, and women. Yeah, I'm the man in the building. People, they looking to shield. I'm out on the field, this shit getting real. I love fighting things, yeah, your bitch know the deal. Some niggas the drill. Griffies on my feet, so make sure I got a lane. I'm just in the coupe, I scoot your bitches on the frame. Don't let us get a chance to be in the corner again. Don't let us get a chance to be in the corner again.
Equal rights, equal fights. Get on her knees like proposals. Hair long like Rapunzel's. Pace short like a munchkin. I'm the one they could go to. FN, FL, and record this on Pro Tools. I'm just saying like I'm Goku. Hit it for a while, like we was knocking snow boots. Know what I'ma do? Close the door and just pull it out like a loose tooth. I'm the one they could go to. I'm the one they could go to. Still remember being pro beef, turning motherfuckers into pro dudes. All of us making more bangers. Nigga, that shit was old news. Beat bounce around like a deuce, flow off top like a sunroof. I'ma do damage. I took a break and I took advantage. I was gigantic in the pandemic, in the field, nigga. I was athletic.
Top of the Benz, bad bitches, they hopping right in. My niggas just swimming. So appealing, money, drugs, and women. Yeah, I'm the man in the building. People, they looking to shield. I'm out on the field, this shit getting real. I love fighting things, yeah, your bitch know the deal. Some niggas the drill. Griffies on my feet, so make sure I got a lane. I'm just in the coupe, I scoot your bitches on the frame. Don't let us get a chance to be in that corner again. Don't let us get a chance to be in that corner again. I get the EXO. I get the EXO. I get the EXO. I get the EXO. I see you looking for me. Wow. I'm shining so bright you can't see. Wow. The calypso on her, she dance like the waves on the seas. Wow. She drinking that black Kenny. I get the EXO. I show you how I do it from the left stroke. So fast. See it just running by the window. Like spiritual. I'ma do it real good, like a king on Diablo. The spirits of the room, so I can just consume what I came for. I'm just God, so I can fry up to gelato. My mind is hot to the sky, so fly, I'm on a limbo. So the girl with the curves and the body, she from kinda South Central. I ain't know the shoes who you got beside me, I was bent though. I see you looking for me. Wow. I'm shining so bright you can't see. Wow. The calypso on her, she dance like the waves on the seas. Wow. She drinking that black Kenny. I get the EXO. She drinking that black Kenny. I get the EXO. She drinking that black Kenny. I get the EXO. She drinking that black Kenny. I get the EXO. She drinking that black Kenny. I get the EXO. know how much I can take. When you try to play this game, you get lost trying to find this fame. I just drip so much I drown in it. Got miles in the world, I'm around it. Take flight to pin over town, CSO. I'm just God so I can fly up to gelato. My mind is high to the sky, so fly, I'm on a limbo. She girl with the curves and the bodies from Cali South Central. I ain't know the shit was who you got beside me, I'm with Enzo. I see you looking for me. Wow. I'm shining so bright you can't see. Wow. The calypso on her, she dance like the waves on the seas. Wow. She drinking that black Kenny, I get the XO. She drinking that black Kenny, I get the XO. She drinking that black Kenny. Black Kenny, the XO. She drinking that black Kenny, the XO. I see you looking for me. Shining so bright you can't see. You someone hurt, she dance like the waves on the seas.
Now we can hear
Is it turned down enough for you, though?
Oh, yeah, I can hear it.
So he wasn't wearing his headphones because it was too loud for him, y'all. That's my bad. That's my bad.
So now I can hear my voice.
We back.
Oh,
Shout out to Toucan. Always best production. Appreciate the producer. Appreciate everything, Toucan. The volume was my fault, the knob right here. But you already know what it is. We're back. It's the Social Music Movement Podcast. It's your boy, Troy and Ramsey, and we are here with TTG.
Yo.
Y'all don't know what that is?
Man, get hype.
The community grocer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Grocer or grocery?
Grocer.
Grocer.
Yeah,
The community grocer.
I was going to gangbang, right?
Yo.
So the community grocer.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, let's real quick while we got everybody, make sure to follow us on socials
Yes,
at the.community.grocer on Instagram. Our website is www.thecommunitygrocer.org. Reach out to us, DM us any way. We want to hear from you. We want to hear about your favorite foods, what you want to see on the menu, everything that you've heard today, any questions you have, reach out to us. We want to hear from everyone.
Just to say hey, we're here.
Or just say hey.
Just to say hi. Just be a foodie and just type some stuff. I mean, suggestions is everything, y'all. So even if you write something, just some food that you like that may or may not be even, you know what I mean, they're not hard to reach. Let's just put it like that. They're around. So, you know what I mean? I think they're taking a lot of things into consideration. And the one thing I heard more than anything is they're very, very interested in the output from the community. Or should I say the input? My bad. They're very concerned about what you guys want, what you guys think, what you guys eat at home, what you guys, even things that you guys want to learn as far as food is concerned. You know what I mean? If there's any question that you guys have on what is the difference from a healthy food versus an unhealthy food. You know what I mean? Some people really, sometimes we know what's 1 + 1 is 2, but to somebody else, it's like, you know what I mean? It'd be amazing how hard it is for them to take the two fingers and just go like this.
And I would say, like, in the terms of being a foodie, right? Like, or like contributing, like that makes you a foodie. Like, I wouldn't say that I am, right? And that's really what we're trying to do here, right? At TCG, the Community Grocer, which our first store is going to be opening up 60th and Walton, in West Philly, in Cobbs Creek specifically, is to, you know, make it as easy as possible to think with ingredients and what it means to bring them home and to have food, right? And it's just like, it doesn't require any prior experience or knowledge to start, you know, having good food, fresh, accessible, convenient, delicious, you know.
And affordable.
And affordable, right, for everybody. You know, that it doesn't require much. So as we, you know, get into this part of the hour, you know, and talk about food, and, you know, what we like and what our relationship is here with us, you know, as we invite this conversation to be with everybody here in Philly and across the country, you know, and across the world, really, you know, because this is something we're doing, you know, hopefully 3 times a day is eating, you know. What does it mean? What is its role in our life? You know, and like be real open with it. And like, how can we, from this conversation, create the store for everyone?
Yeah, I think that's dope.
Right. And
I think it's really a dope concept. I think it's a concept that's new. I think it's a concept that constantly gets overlooked just because people think somebody already has that under control. You know what I mean? And I think that's the thing that gets overlooked, that the way you guys do it, nobody's doing it. So like that's for a lot of people. You know what I mean? You might want to sing or do ballet and you're like, well, somebody already does that, or play cello. Somebody already does that. You might do it a different way than anybody else. So like even you guys, it's like a lot of people will be deterred from getting involved in food just because there are so many food kitchens and different things like that that just are concerning food in general. You know, people give away fruit for free every day.
Yeah.
So it's easy to get deterred, but for you guys to take it to the next level and kind of sort of even put a stamp on top of it, you know what I mean? And kind of sort of literally start to brand something. Yeah. Do a food stamp. This guy's fucking. He said it went over some people's heads. I liked it. I liked it. It was like a dad joke. It was just like I'm laughing. She's not over there. They're not over there laughing. They're like they're so immature.
Trying to keep.
But so introduce yourself. Make sure your make sure your microphone is green. It's green like your pants. That's why you. She has a second half of her body, but she has.
I came on the show with a green shirt. We had to change that. I was disappearing.
Is it
So I'm wearing my green pants here, just floating. But my name
That's
is
the company
Melissa.
color. That's the company color is green, by the way, you guys.
Green. I'm wearing green and white.
So.
I noticed now. But my name is Melissa. I'm the community relations coordinator for the community grocer. Lots of community. I'm a rising senior at the University of Pennsylvania.
Nice.
And yeah, that's me. I don't know.
She kept it short and sweet.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your main project, the Community Voices Community Cookbook Series, and like what you're doing there and how people can reach you.
Yeah. So.
And also briefly about the cookout too.
Yes, please, because people get so modest here and they get so humble here, and there's so many amazing people that come here every week. Everybody does it. So don't feel bad that he's like calling you out, so to speak. I would have done it if I'd have known. I'd have been like, yo, come on now. Talk about it. Talk about all of it, not just a part of it, just because it's so good for people to stand up and really stand in your full shoes and your full embodiment of what you are. You know what I mean? It's good to be humble. It's good to be, you know what I mean, modest at times, but especially with what's going on and what you guys have to offer and what each one of you have to offer, it's also very important for you guys to expound upon who you are and what you're about, because there's somebody out there that might be watching or might be listening or later on that's very much like you but just hasn't broken out of their shell yet. So like I do want you to really talk it. I call it talking your shit. So I want you to talk your shit and really like expound upon what you do. You know what I mean? Don't be shy. It's good.
I am a shy person. Thank you for the encouragement. So I guess my job with TCG, I just like go around and talk to people, which is like a really simple job description, but actually like very complex. And I love what I do, and it's a challenge like every single day to reach out to people and just like get to know them. That's also like really helpful because I'm shy. Like I'm usually like listening to people, which is like great for this position because that's what it's supposed to be about, like just listening.
Yeah.
And so getting people's stories, and the biggest project for the summer is the Community Voices series, which is like getting people's stories. So the vision for that project is a community cookbook / magazine where a lot of where we're interviewing people from the community in Cobbs Creek, where our building is, and then also in greater like the entire Philadelphia area. Getting people's family recipes, recipes that have a lot of like meaning for them, like that they eat during special holidays or associated with like special memories, like with their family, special occasions, traditions, and recipes that they also want to share with other people, their friends, their neighbors. And also, like, I guess, like, the idea is to have, like, this as a print magazine to take up physical space, but also a digital version.
Yeah.
Throw it on TikTok so that the youth can engage with it as well. And so that'll be, like, more fun content. We'll have videos of, like, people cooking, people eating together, having it as a hub so that people can, like, you know.
See, that's fire. If I would have never heard that, I needed that. Because
and also, like, artists, like, if you are listening to this and, like, want to throw some of your art on our, like, magazine, like, that would be so great. Please reach out to me, share your art.
I'm going to start doing art today. I'm going to do a double glizzy sandwich.
At the.community.grocer.
Just DM us on Instagram.
DM us on Instagram.
Go ahead, give it again.
Yeah.
At the.community.grocer.
That was really good, you guys.
Yeah, same time. Melissa, why don't you say it one more time?
We'll We'll link it. There's like a flyer somewhere.
We'll link it. We'll link it to you guys. Guys, my people will get with your people. So
that's that. And also,
we'll start with you. Also, what? Go ahead. No.
September 2nd, come out to Walton Avenue. We're having a
60th
community
Walton.
cookout block party type
That's
thing.
the grand opening?
That's the groundbreaking.
No.
Groundbreaking.
Groundbreaking.
Yo, I'm breaking the ground with y'all. I gotta pull up, man. I gotta pull up that joint. All host work.
Yeah, we got to, we're working every day to open the store as soon as we can. But before that, we want to provide resources, food, games for our youth and our children.
Yeah.
So September 2nd, 60th and Walden, we're closing down the block. We're going to have games, resources, free food, job with hiring on the spot, regardless of your background. Everything
That's
right
how you know
there.
they already got the permit, y'all. When people talk like that, they already paid for the permit. Like when people start talking about certain shit, but they don't talk about
working on it.
Hold on, no, don't make me a liar. You did it already. Come on, man. Cross your T's and dot your I's.
Yeah.
No, so I want to start with you because I want to we're going to talk recipes real quick. So I do want to talk about recipes, and then before we close out, I do want to talk about differentials in food. So recipes just to be fun and just to kind of sort of just talk about different food and different recipes that we all like in this room, and kind of sort of just foods and why. And then I do want to give a little education on food because that's one of the biggest parts, and I think that's a thing that'll attract a lot of people into the community store, because giving somebody just a little bit of information, they're hungry for more next time. You know what I mean? And just giving them that little taste test, so to speak, pun intended, it's just a really big part. And I feel like it's something that a lot of people you overlook in food. You know what I mean? Understanding the difference between organic, understanding the difference between farm raised and wild caught foods, and just understanding the difference between a lot of things, which I know you guys have more information on hand on it than me. So I would like to hear a little bit of it. But first we got to start with recipes. Recipe me. So give a favorite food in the recipe and why.
This is going to be difficult. One, my favorite food is something my mom makes, and two, I don't often watch her make it.
Okay.
But generally, so I guess some background, I'm Vietnamese.
Okay.
So a lot of the food that I eat is just Vietnamese. So when you were saying earlier that everyone should know how to cook spaghetti, I was like, bro, I don't eat spaghetti.
It was a very close-minded statement that I'm sorry for immediately. Like, I was sorry immediately. I looked around like, damn, everybody, mom, don't cook spaghetti. I don't even cook spaghetti. I'm a bad parent. I don't cook spaghetti. But, you're right.
So my favorite thing is called, in my language, ba yum yum.
Okay.
Which is...
I like the yum part at the end. That's how you know that shit gonna be good.
And it's like this... pot, I guess, that's in the middle with vinegar and other kinds of sauces inside, garlic, and then my mom will get some kind of meat, if she's feeling special, filet mignon, and then throw it in there, and it'll be cooking while there's also other side dishes.
Nice.
Have you ever had spring rolls?
Yeah, spring rolls are my favorite.
Yeah, so you have the rice paper here with a bowl of water to dip it in, and then you'll have pineapple, vermicelli noodles, some assortment of greens. And then once the meat's done cooking, you'll make the rice paper, put it on your plate, and then put some of the meat on it, put some of the lettuce and
That almost sounds like a hot pot. It almost sounds like
it's almost like a hot pot, except you're rolling it up and making it into a spring roll.
Which
and
is my favorite.
Some fish sauce.
I love the roll up.
And then you dip it in the fish sauce and then you eat it. And it's hot and it's a family style dinner.
That's fire.
So it's just yeah.
Yo, that's fire. See what I'm saying, dog? I'm so shy. I don't really like to talk. But those are the people that have the jewels. Gosh, I like that.
It's easy.
And what's it called again?
Ba yum yum.
Ba yum yum.
That was pretty close.
I just moved my lips. Yum yum. I just act like I was eating it. I'm like ba yum yum.
It's I would translate it over to English with my own spin on it, beef dipped in yum.
Wow. I told you guys it had yum in it. I told you there was no translation to that yum. I heard yum. So I think that's dope. That's super dope. Alex, you wanna hit it up?
I'm just that sounds so good.
Didn't it? It was you gotta come up with some fake shit now. Look, this one time I had some motherfucking unicorn, right?
Yeah. I would say that for me, the person in my life that was most influential with food is my uncle Jean-Jacques.
Okay.
He lives north of Boston, actually.
Sounds French.
He's French. My family's French. You know, and Jean-Jacques, like, he grew up, you know, moved to this country, never went to college, like, made it for himself. But, like, he's resourceful with food. Like,
Fire.
he'll turn anything into a
Fire.
meal, right? And, like, he's growing his own little tomatoes all summer long, like, in a little patch, you know, like, just
like Scottish-Irish dishes.
Yeah.
Like Scottish-Irish dishes be the bare minimum of anything, but it be slamming.
And he just every time, you know, we get to spend time together, like, it's real food, and like we never skip a meal, right?
Cool.
He's got that mindset no matter how hard he's working, like that, like the time you take for lunch or breakfast or dinner, you know, like you set that aside because it's important. Like,
Yeah.
you know, even if it's 10 minutes, like to think just like this is time for me and to think with what I'm having, right? Which
Yeah.
like just to slow it down, like that alone is really important and something that I, you know, try to do but can't say I do every day, right? You know, and like there are times where we're sitting with the team in the office, right, and we're just having lunch over our computers, right? You know, it's like we didn't separate, you know, that like this is something really special, and like the amount of work that went into whatever it is I'm eating, right? And just like taking a step back. So I know he'll make ribs on the, you know, on the barbecue, they're marinating all night. Like he'll make, you know, his French fries at home,
Alright.
like, you know, slow cooking. I think he taught me, you know, and my aunt how to make salmon with teriyaki sauce and ginger, like real simple, like, you know, but just like a couple, like 3 or 4 ingredients, right? And the simplicity of food is what they
but that's
taught me.
that's what makes the flavor stand
Yeah.
out in food. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not no connoisseur, but like I said, I'm a foodie. I love food in and out. Because food is like a drug. Food is like a literal drug.
Food
So,
is
like food is one of the most literal drugs there are. Because
is medicine.
you could have some awesome aphrodisiac oysters and then go right into dessert and it just take you for a whole nother roller coaster. You know what I mean? So like food is like one of the most purest forms of enjoyment outside of like actual entertainment. You know what I mean? And it's just like it hits home. You could eat a food and it take you back to a place and a time that you haven't been in years.
Yeah.
So what's the dish? Is it the ribs?
dish.
You gotta
No,
have one
no.
dish, man.
Well,
you
so
said ribs. You
in
try to
my-
outdo
in my-
her.
I know. In my daily life, I don't know. I get a bunch of shit because I eat chickpeas like every day.
Chickpeas aren't
Chickpeas.
bad. Okay.
I eat chickpeas at least like, you know, a can a day.
I ate a handful of flaxseed for no reason at all. Just chewed
Do
it
you
up.
like cough it up? Like
Nah, I chewed them up, bro.
Okay.
I swallowed them.
Okay. My mom used to grind them in like a coffee grinder.
It
growing
tastes
up.
really good. I don't know why.
I was not part of that.
Gotta try it. You hear the blooper? It was just like it's just like a rolling blooper. Like, yo, you just ate some flaxseed.
Have I the
Long
handful.
story, bro.
Yeah,
Long
chickpeas.
story.
So like a niçoise salad, like some
Nice.
mixed greens with some tuna fish and some tomatoes and some chickpeas and some olive oil, some mustard.
That was my breakfast this
Little bit
morning.
of olive oil. That was my bread. It was really your
real
breakfast
simple.
this
We
morning?
had leftovers from
maybe
dinner last
maybe
night.
some string beans, not even cooked, just like mix it
Fire.
all up, toss it up. Like that's the easiest thing for me to eat. That's like my go-to.
Fire. That almost
Yeah.
sound like a salad.
It is a salad,
That's
niçoise
fire.
salad, you know.
Okay.
But the French might serve it like with like a hard-boiled egg.
Yeah.
But hard-boiled egg's not for me.
I'm not an egg guy.
I like them scrambled.
I'm
I'll
not
have
an egg guy
omelet.
at all. When I was a little kid, I used to eat eggs all the time. All the time. And then as I grew, I started eating with ketchup. And then one day I went to go eat them, and then they were just disgusting. Like, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't even hold them down, and I just never looked at eggs the same again. So,
Okay.
What about like eggs in dessert?
So I'll tell you the secret, because I don't like cheese. I don't like cheese either. So I'm not a macaroni and cheese guy. Like, black people hate me for this. I'll be like, yo, I don't like potato salad. They be like, I'll be like, I don't like mac and cheese. They be like, you're not black enough. I'll be like, bro, look, I don't need to be black. That fucking macaroni and cheese be nasty as shit sometimes.
Well, I would like to.
I love mac and cheese.
I would like to say on the flip side of your question, right? The things I really don't want to eat. You know, when I was growing up and mom wasn't home and like it was my brother and I at home, he would always want mac and cheese, and I would always have ramen.
Right.
And so I still to this day, to be annoying, like I never liked mac and cheese.
I love mac and cheese.
because
I'm gonna
because
argue
it's
with
what
you
he
on that
wanted,
one.
and I had to be difficult, right? So I still like go out of my way to avoid mac and cheese because I'm like,
As you should. Well, welcome to the club, bro.
Thank
I'm
you.
here
Thank you.
waiting.
We're not-
no
there's not
one's
many of
in
us.
this room but me and you. All right, bro. What's your favorite food? And I guess now we gotta do your least favorite food, and we're gonna come back to
but
you
I
for
don't
least
like the
because he
negativity,
cheated.
though. I did
no,
cheat it.
least favorite food is okay.
Is
You
it?
gotta talk about nasty foods. That's,
Okay, you're right.
That's
no
a fun
nasty
concept.
foods. You gotta try it all. You gotta try it all.
Okay, but at least you have to try it before you don't like it.
But once again, I say that because you'll be surprised because it's like a team building. So like, say it was 20 of us and we were all sitting down. Like, say we were doing that exercise. What's your favorite food and what's your least favorite food? You might connect with somebody that dislikes the same food as you, or the exact opposite. You might love a food and hate a food, and the person across from you loves and hates the complete opposite food. So it's like even a bridge to gap even that way. So I'd be curious to hear people's loves and disloves, just because you never know. Like it brings into my mind, well, why do you like that food? I don't like that food. Why do you like that food? Because as much as I don't like mac and cheese, you don't know how many people have tried to get me to eat it. Eggs, well, you've never had my eggs. Trust me, I've had everyone's. Pause. What's your food, bro?
Oh man, that's tough. My mom was an amazing cook. I loved all her food. But kind of going back to like everything we started off with, like food is medicine. We started off the show talking about hypertension, diabetes, cancer, right? All of these things that are affecting our communities because healthy food isn't accessible. But food is medicine, and for that reason, my favorite food, kind of get started there, is a smoothie, right? Like I start every day with a smoothie, and you can have a smoothie that lowers your cholesterol. You can have a smoothie that helps with your depression. You can have a smoothie that just tastes good, to be honest. They just taste good. And that's my favorite food. I have a smoothie every morning. And what I'm excited about is that TCG.
What smoothie you had this morning?
This morning, I had a strawberry. I use frozen fruit because it's cold then. Strawberry, banana, vanilla protein powder, and then oat milk because oat milk's the way to go.
I had like a kelp. See, the best smoothie I ever had was like this kelp type smoothie. It was like a cucumber. It was like all the green. Just think of all the green vegetables. It was like that. And at first, I'm like, this is gonna be disgusting. I loved it. I ain't gonna lie, because it was like a little bit of kiwi in it. It had like celery and other things in it, but I actually felt full. I will say that. I didn't think it was going to hold me over as long as it did. It held me over for a while. Just being somebody that runs around a lot, and my schedule is cram-packed, just like even Sister Taleah. She need to drink more smoothies because it'll boost her up, and she'll be hungry for a second. You know how you are. You'll be hungry as shit, and then it'll be time to eat. You like, bro, I can't even eat. I see your shit right here. You can't lie to me. I know it's like 2 scoops taken out of that food. But the smoothie game is good because it keeps you nutritionally full without missing the other cues of your day. You know what I mean?
You get your whole fruit, vegetables, all the nutrients you need for a whole day in one little smoothie. And it's gonna be fresh, it's gonna be delicious. Kids like it, everyone likes it. And TCG, we're gonna do everything fresh, delicious, and what the people want. And starting off with smoothies in the morning, to bowls all day, to after school snacks, to before school snacks, breakfast. Not those kind of bowls.
Sorry.
But different kinds of accessibles, and everything is EBT eligible.
Gotta eat your vegetables, kids, okay?
We're asking our kids to go to school.
Right.
And they're hungry. And if they're not hungry, it's chips, soda, which isn't going to give you the nutrition and the focus you need for the day.
Yeah, and you'll be hungry in another hour or two.
Yeah. And, giving our kids delicious, fresh food to start the day before school, during school, for lunch, and after school, right?
I think that's really important.
So when you're going to basketball practice after school, you're not cramping up mid-layup. You're going to be good to go all day.
But you eat lunch in school, and by the end of the day, you're starving again.
Yeah.
I'd be in last period starving my ass off. Like I used to smuggle food out of lunch. I used to smuggle food right up out of lunch in my book bag, be eating that shit in the fucking next 2 periods. Eating fries and shit. But it's because I wasn't eating you're not eating healthy. So your body is burning through this fuel that's basically nothing. It's like giving your car something that your car not really supposed to have, but it can take it anyway. It's going to cause other problems with your car. So, I think it's really important that you guys are bringing, hold on, let me hit his spill. Ready? Delicious, affordable. That's right.
Convenient.
I forgot the
convenient.
All right, so listen, they're out here doing delicious, affordable, convenient, and EBT eligible food in the community, in your neighborhood, 15, 20 minutes away from where you live at, and you're really able to get, a real helping of more than just the food, because they're helping you with the next step. It's a lot of times people will give you something, like even I'll expound upon the food banks. The food banks will give you the food, and then that's it. Here's the food. Here's what we have. Goodbye. You're welcome. Thanks for coming. Yeah. They're here for the long haul. So they'll be there for you the next time that you come. Hey, how did you like this, that, and the fourth? How did that work out for you? You know what I mean? And I think you guys have a lot in the works, and I don't want to throw out ideas out there for anyone else to steal, but I'm sure great minds think alike. So I'm sure you guys have a lot coming down the pipeline with nutritionalists and everything else, and professionalists really just coming in and really just giving ease to people through knowledge and through accessibility. You know what I mean? That knowledge plus accessibility. Knowledge plus accessibility is undefeated. You know what I mean? Having the knowledge and having the ability to get to what you just learned about is very hard to do in most aspects of life. You know what I mean? You guys are all getting ready to graduate. You guys are all here as graduates and know how hard it is to take the knowledge and immediately apply it to get what you need out of it. You know what I mean? You're doing school for years and you're like, I know this already, but you still got more years to go. You still have more to do before you can apply it. So this is an opportunity for people who want to be able to have that instantaneous difference, to where it's like, I would love to shop at X or Y store, or go to the farmer's market and get these specific type of foods, but I can't afford them. You will have an opportunity to get these foods. You can afford these foods. They're making it available for you. If you're not sure how to cook or prepare these foods, I'm sure they'll help you and show you how, not only there in their establishment, but even at home, to make these and preparate these for your children, for your parents even, you know what I mean? For an uncle, for a niece, for anyone, you know what I mean? And at a certain point in time, they're going to start doing it for dogs too. Dogs and cats, pet food. No,
it's a big market.
I know, right? He just got real hungry. He said, "Oh wait, that's a good market." So I'm gonna say my favorite food. One of my favorite foods to personally cook. I'm cheating because I have two. I'm a seafood lover. Under the Sea has some of the best foods I've ever eaten in my life. So I love shark.
All right, where you?
I absolutely love shark. H Mart.
Okay.
Shout out to H Mart.
69th Street?
No. You know what? My grandma was the first person to take me to H Mart, and that's where she took me. The H Mart down 69th Street when they had first opened down there. And I forgot about H Mart for a long time until I was an adult, and up until probably 2 or 3 years ago. And I went there because I love exotic meats. So boar, alligator, like any type of high protein, very, very lean meats. That's kind of what I'm into. So I love shark. And I also love red snapper.
Okay.
I went and ate it straight from like the Caribbeans, and I came home and just became obsessed with trying to perfect their recipe. So like I did it the way they do, like scoring the meat and everything like that, frying this big piece of fish in like a pan that's like this big, and through red snapper and through shark, those are by far my two favorite meals. Just because, like I said, I love to cook, and it's nothing better than just like seasoning and eating such a food that's like something wrong with me. It's a predator. He's like a predator, and it's like you're eating a predator, so it's like you're the apex predator now. But it actually tastes delicious. Anybody that's ever had shark ever in their life and it's cooked properly, it's the best way to explain it to you is a mix between the consistency of like a chicken breast or a chicken thigh, but it actually tastes fully like the best fish that you've ever had, depending on how it's seasoned. So the consistency of shark is kind of like a pork chop almost. It's almost like a chop, any type of chop, a lamb chop. It has the consistency of a chop. So, you know, anybody that knows fish, most fish is very flaky. So once you even if you take salmon and it's cooked fully, if you just take it and smash it like that, it'll start to break apart on its own. Most fish does. The way steak cut shark is, it's a very lean meat, so it's all one consistency. It doesn't really slide apart, but it tastes so good, and it's a food that you don't need to season it too much. You take one of your favorite seasonings, add some good lime to it, add some good I always add a little parsley to almost anything I cook, parsley or oregano, so it tastes really good.
I'll take your word for it.
You gotta try it. Listen, I will cook it for you. in the cookbook, in the community cookbook.
All right, we'll see if the editorial team
If it,
approves.
if it makes it. So what kind of shark is this now? Is this an endangered shark?
Yeah,
Because
it
we
better
can't
not
just be
be.
eating endangered shark here. We're overtime.
We're overtime.
Overtime is good time, guys. So listen, before we close out, I want
We can't close out on shark.
Yeah, we gotta close out on.
We can't close out on shark.
No.
So listen, you know how much I love asparagus, guys.
Okay.
It's a great way to just like asparagus your situation. I'm an asparagus. Is that better? I want you guys to end it out. So I want you guys to end it out once again. End it out with all the plugs to your social media, all the plugs of how people can get in contact with you, and once again, drop the location of the store, and make sure you guys let everyone know what events are coming up so everyone can tune in, and then we'll close out of here.
Yeah, for sure. We are the Community Grocer. We're opening up at 60th and Walden, 627 South 60th Street in West Philadelphia, Cobbs Creek area. Give us a shout out. Follow us on Instagram at the.community.grocer. Or honestly, we got all our information on our website, www.thecommunitygrocer.org. That's www.thecommunitygrocer.org. And beyond that, we're doing our groundbreaking ceremony with our community cookout with the resources, job hiring on the spot, free food, nutrition education, dancing, games, live music, everything for the kids to the seniors, from our youth to our working adults, everything for everyone there. September 6th at 60th, September 2nd at 60th and Walden, September 2nd. And yeah, we're the Community Grocer. Alex, you want to take us away?
Yeah, just, it's all hands on deck effort. We're trying to reinvent the corner store, and we're trying to do it for and by the community, and that requires everyone, right? And we want to hear from you. We want to hear what you want, what you like, what goes well in your relationship with food in your day-to-day, what you wish was better, what we can create together, and how you want to get you and your children and your parents and your grandparents and, everybody. This is, citywide. Like, we have the opportunity to think now about what we wish we could have with food, and, it's possible. And we're here to put our minds together. So reach out, hit us up, and we'd be glad to talk.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's literally my job to listen to you, so please reach out. I'd love to talk to you. I don't really know what else to say. Just come out, follow us.
Contribute.
My door's always open. Our door's always open.
Your ideas, your knowledge. You're an expert. Everyone's an expert in food, right? We're doing it every day. So
for sure. Listen, I really want to thank you guys, TCG. Many more blessings to come, and I just hope that you guys go up from here, open more stores, different cities, and really just give people that opportunity.
Yeah,
I thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
They dope, man. Make sure y'all tap in, because I'm gonna be up there cooking. I'm gonna be eating. I'm gonna be doing all the cooking, eating, having someone in the back cooking it, trying to cook the back of the food with the guy. I'm gonna be acting crazy, and I'm bringing a little shark.
Yeah.
Thanks, girl. You already know it's the Social Music Movement Podcast.
Sister Taleah.
Yo, definitely big shout out to Sister Taleah. Hey, look at her, dog. Look at her, laptop in hand. No food though.
Oh.
Yeah. Say less. You already know what it is. Yeah.